The 18th G20 Heads of State and Government Summit in New Delhi will be a culmination of all the G20 processes and meetings held throughout the year among ministers, senior officials, and civil societies. A G20 Leaders' Declaration will be adopted at the conclusion of the New Delhi Summit, stating leaders' commitment towards the priorities discussed and agreed upon during the respective ministerial and working group meetings. The G20 was founded in 1999 after the Asian financial crisis as a forum for the finance ministers and central bank governors to discuss global economic and financial issues. The G20 was upgraded to the level of heads of state government in the wake of the global economic and financial crisis of 2007 and in 2009 was designated the premier forum for international economic cooperation. The G20 summit is held annually under the leadership of a rotating presidency. The G20 initially focused largely on broad macroeconomic issues, but it has since expanded its agenda to inter alia include trade, sustainable development, health, agriculture, energy, environment, climate change, and anti-corruption. The G20 comprises 19 countries: Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, United Kingdom and United States, and the European Union. The G20 members represent around 85% of the global GDP, over 75% of the global trade, and about two-thirds of the world population. The G20 presidency steers the G20 agenda for 1 year and hosts the summit. The G20 consists of two parallel tracks, the finance track and the Sherpa track. Finance ministers and central bank governors lead the finance track, while Sherpas lead the Sherpa track after finance track. The G20 process from the Sherpa side is coordinated by the Sherpas of member countries, who are personal emissaries of the leaders. Finance track is led by finance ministers and central bank governors of the member countries. Within the two tracks, there are thematically oriented working groups in which representatives from the relevant ministries of the members, as well as from invited guest countries and various international organizations, participate. The finance track is mainly led by the Ministry of Finance. These working groups meet regularly throughout the term of each presidency. The Sherpas oversee negotiations over the course of the year, discussing agenda items for the summit and coordinating the substantive work of the G20. In addition, there are engagement groups which bring together civil societies, parliamentarians, think tanks, women, youth, labor, businesses, and researchers of the G20 countries. The group does not have a permanent secretariat. The presidency is supported by the Troika, previous, current, and incoming presidency. During India's presidency, the Troika will comprise Indonesia, India, and Brazil, respectively. The group of nations is proud to publish the G20 India Global Briefing Report Review in collaboration with the G20 Host Committee.